Welcome, Aries, to your June Astro Dice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, let's see what's going on with you. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with the tarot and make a small horoscope for the month. Okay, getting straight in here. Okay, we have some Mercury coming out into the 11th house with some Piscean energy. So let's see what's going on here. We're definitely talking about the way we're writing, talking, communicating, maybe even traveling, for those of you who are traveling. Okay, and did I say thinking? Thinking. Okay, and doing it Piscean style over here, the energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, forgiving, and confuses and softens to resolve. So really doing this with a lot of love, just having a great time. It looks like the communication is just very compassionate. You're just really loving right now. Everything's coming from the heart. The heart chakra is very open at this time, where you're just having a really good time. I like it, right? Now, even if you're having issues, right, you're going to be able to soften the resolve. Meaning somebody wants to come at you, argumentative, you're going to say, hey, you know what? Everything's going to be okay, right? You're just going to be very compassionate about the situation, trying to soften it down, trying to resolve it the right way, right? I don't want to argue. I don't want to scream. I'm just here, right? And I like that. Containing emotions and trying to contain maybe even others' emotions. But we are talking about the 11th house, so I like the 11th house. The 11th house is where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. Well, of course, and we're talking about that Mercury with the social occasions, so there's something very social going on. If you're traveling, you're meeting people, learning things, right? Even maybe communicating, hey, you know what? I learned this. I went here. I watched this. I did that. So, very nice. Okay, so let's get some cards out, see what is going on within the situation. Clarifying on the situation, please, for the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Beginning of the month we have. It's going to be a little bit louder, guys, so this deck's a little bit bigger. You can see it's pretty big. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yes, teaching. What did I just say? It feels like some of you are actually teaching. You're telling a story. You're, teaching them something, telling them something. I went to the museum and I seen this. Let me teach you about it. Let me tell you about it. Let me, I don't know. It just feels like that's exactly what it is. I'm telling you guys about this. Some of you might even be teachers. And you're having, this great conversation with your students, right? But you're definitely could be teaching your children something, right? For a lot of you, it just feels like I'm teaching you something. It can even be of past things. You know what? Talking about my past, teaching you about, could be telling your grandkids about your past, teaching them about your great-grandfather, something of this nature. Keep that in mind, right? Wanting to have that conversation, but I'm definitely teaching you something because somebody is seeking the truth. Whoa, they want the truth to the situation, so you're teaching them something. You're definitely informing them about the truth. Oh, the truth to the truth to the truth. So there's definitely something going on with the beginning of the month where you're teaching somebody about the truth to a situation, whatever that situation is. Everybody's situation is going to be different, but definitely informing them, teaching them. You're pulling back the curtain. And as you're pulling back this curtain, it's almost like it feels like it's somebody else, right? You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, could be anybody, but it just feels like they're opening this up and they're saying, Can you tell me something about the situation, but tell me the truth about the situation? You're saying, yes, I will teach you the truth about the situation, right? Here's the real truth to the situation. Here's the real story to that situation. You're teaching your kids and they said, well, they said on the internet, and then you're saying, that's not true. Let me tell you what the truth of 1876 was. Let me tell you the truth about what 1776 at Independence Day was. They got this wrong, right? So it feels like they may only know something, but it feels like they want to know more about the situation. Wow, that's really cool. And it really brings you, and if it's a social occasions, you're really, you could be even meeting new friends, and you're telling them this story, or showing your knowledge of something. You can be dating, right, on a date. Teaching them how intelligent you are about that situation. Well, I know a lot about that situation. They're saying, that's interesting. Tell me about what that situation is. I'm very interested. Because with the seeking the truth and pulling back the veil, they're interested. They want to know. Absolutely. With the King of Cups, staying emotionally balanced. Yes, being the leader in the situation. As you're teaching, you are the leader. You are seen as the leader. You are seen also as compassionate, balanced, in control of this situation. They see the control. They know you're telling the truth about this situation. They love it. They love it. Teamwork. Collaboration. You guys might even be collaborating a story together, giving out information. You're teaching them this and they're telling you what they know, right? Like I said, you could be on a date and saying, hey, I know a lot about this, about this story of, Marvel superheroes. Could be just the Marvel superhero movie. Oh, no, you missed this piece. And then you're going to say, oh, yeah, but it started because, see what I'm saying? Could be even music history. Who knows? Right? But the truth of the story is it keeps it balanced and it's very truthful. And they like it because they feel, yes, like they're communicating with you. It feels like you guys are communicating. You're receptive to each other. And you know what? You're going to build this bond, right? Out of this communication and having this direct communication. So it's very bonding. Yeah, it's very bonding. 2 of Cups at the bottom. Wow. And that is definitely it right there. That is finding the mutual attraction within the situation, talking about things that are of mutual attraction, right? And connecting. Okay. The mid-month. The mid-month, it's just time about breathing. It's time to just breathe. It's just time to rest. It's like you've been doing so many things during the beginning of the month. Collaborating, telling stories, doing all this, that it's just time now to just relax and breathe a little bit. I like it. I love it. Feeling like you're in the light. Well, see, you're shining. You have your blessings coming through. You know that this is a blessing, no matter what your situation is, right? And there is more communication on its way. So no matter what, even though you're resting and it's time to just rest and relax and take that bubble bath and just kind of throw your shoes off and say, oh my gosh, that was one heck of a beginning of the month. You're going to see more sunshine because you are now in the spotlight with communication. So whatever you were communicating and whatever the truths you were telling, or stories or whatever it was you were doing over here, you have caught this person's attention and they really do see you as a sunshiny day over here. But no matter what it is, it's you feeling like your blessings are coming through and you're really feeling the joy and happiness. But there is definitely some communication coming through. I do really believe for most of you, you are connecting to a love, a new love, who is really fond of you. They do want to connect to you. It could be an Aquarius, or a Pisces or a Scorpio. And definitely they are feeling head over heart for you over here, because you're truthful and you're honest. And you were talking about truthful and honest over here as you were speaking, whether it, and it doesn't even matter because it's just, like I said, been a really intelligent conversation and they just find you, very attractive. That's really, very truthful, very honest, very intelligent. The King of Swords is very highly intelligent. And they would like to develop a relationship with you. They would like this to go longer. They have the desire to want to build a relationship out of this situation. Definitely have somebody over here who wants to build a relationship with you. There's also other things though too, because if you're only talking to children, guys, and you really were, that was it, right? Or talking to a kid, then down here it's talking about how you're feeling. You know, I've got the authority, the discipline, you know, but I know I need to rest. You're developing more of this blessing, because no matter what, this whole scenario within the beginning of the month has really risen the vibration and is bringing in more communication from other people. It doesn't have to be just these kids. You literally are finding more communication with in abundance. Your career might be even going a lot better because of the communication. So it could even be career based. If you're saying, you know, I was working with the kids very well, other people have noticed what you're doing. Your financial opportunities are, you know, going better, or you just feel like, you know what, this is where I've progressed and I feel like I'm more prosperous. I feel like I'm just so happy with the sun. Like, you know, I'm on cloud 9 over here. And the communication that's coming in could literally be about new job opportunities, more finances. Something stable is going on over here. Okay, so you are definitely going to find the abundance that you need in the mid-month, one way or another. In the end of the month, you are feeling very balanced. You have movement, choices, and decisions. Okay, and you're going to be changing your focus on the situations, seeing things from a different light. So this could be the time maybe you want to travel again. Maybe you want to travel, you haven't traveled. But whatever's going on over here, it just feels like you're definitely balanced, feeling good about yourself, knowing that great opportunities are coming through. You do have a new face and a new cycle coming in where you're feeling like this is where I really need to be. Some of you might even feel like you're having a second chance with maybe someone that you were manifesting. Maybe you were telling your truth to them, however it is, and feeling, no matter what, it feels like this is a very healthy thing that's going on within the 11th house of friends, social occasions, right? Because you do feel like you have the good luck. Well, you have the best card in the deck, the sun. So you definitely do have wishes granted and good luck. Movement, choices, and decisions. Maybe it's just not even someone from your past. It could just be a second chance in love itself. Maybe you haven't had someone in love for a long time. But it is definitely an awakening of understanding what is going on within your life and knowing that this kind of new cycle is going on. Where you were having some difficulties in certain areas of your life within movement and changes, you're noticing because of the Ace of Pentacles that's bringing that in, right? That's bringing that in. So if you were trying to avoid something, you're saying, I don't need to avoid that anymore. Now I can actually change my perspective and really feel like I'm in control of the situation. With the Four of Pentacles, you're saying I'm opening up to this situation. I have the creativity, the imagination. Somebody definitely sees you as beautiful. For some of you, this is a love situation. They want to offer you cups of love. They really do feel like they're following their heart. I see head over heart, second chance, maybe in love. However it is, but they do see you, as this charming romantic person. For those of you who it is love. For others of you, it's just your imagination and the places that you really want to go and the places you want to be and the people you want to surround yourself with is a place of happiness. I don't want to hang out with people who, are negative. Having the Fool, new beginnings, new possibilities. And it could just be a newfound friend that you really feel like you guys have connected and you're really trusting in this situation. And this friend might like to travel, but they definitely like to talk. There's a lot of talking in this story. So, and once again, the Fool has the what? The sun. So it's a sunny day. It's a fresh new opportunity. It's a blessing in its own self. Okay? Full of pleasure and adventure. Okay? Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.